Hello there, and welcome to part 7 of the amazing Roland and his Industrious Rodents, an Age of Wonders 4 playthrough. This is my second session of recording these, because I'm recording them in like 5 or 6 hours set of blocks and just splitting them up into individual videos of an hour long. So I'm going to do a quick recap of where we are, just to remind myself as much as any viewers. So this world was set up with a scarred divide on the surface, so there's a sort of patch through the middle that's completely uninhabitable, and it's a farming world, so the surface started off in mostly desolate terrain, and is gradually over time each unclaimed desolate province transforms into a random terrain type. And I also added volcanic eruptions, so any desolate terrain would have volcanic heat and essentially little explosions during combat if you take any fights there. And as part of the sort of internal lore for it was that this world used to have an advanced culture, civilization running it, built all sorts of wonders and things, and at some point someone, possibly the culture themselves, possibly a rogue element, tried to do some grand terraforming magic to make the world into a paradise, and it went wrong. Maybe from sabotage, maybe from just incompetence, and that's how it ended up all desolate. And now that magic started to calm down and settle a bit, and is actually doing sort of what it was originally intended, and all the desolate's getting turned back into normal terrain. But in the meantime, all the races had to move underground, and the underground is quite cramped, not really suitable for civilization. The races don't have the adaptation for it. So now that it's starting to get better up top, everyone's now scrambling to claim terrain, claim land for themselves, and reclaim the wonders of the past. So this is our starting place, and we are playing as Industrious Ratlings. So we're the industry culture, the Ratling farm. If I go in here, and then look at races, we're the Industrious Rodents. We have quick reflexes, which is the default rodent trait. We're harder to be hit with range attacks, and we're ferocious. We do extra damage, retaliation, and opportunity attacks. We're also great builders, so our quarries give us a little bit extra gold, and we build special improvements faster. And we started with a workshop and stone walls. We're also wonder architects, so we don't need population to annex an ancient wonder once we clear it. We get extra production for ancient wonders, and we started with one cleared already. There's a whole bunch of other races present. I have set it to do randomly generated leaders and races rather than using the pre-made ones, just to see what happened. And we have 6 other races. And as I say, we all had to start underground. So there's one of their capitals, there's another, and the last one. And as you can see, we did not have very much space for expansion underground. It's basically walled in. So we only had room for our capital, say. Fortunately, we had an underground passage nearby. We have vassalized these folk, who are even more constrained. This is a free city. But up on the surface, we've barely explored. We've explored like maybe a fifth of the surface. We built our first city just right outside the underground passage. And then a little bit to the north is Silverstrad, which we built. I can't remember why I built it there, to be honest. I think it was just a decent area. I had quite a lot of mana nodes, and we've got like that Arcanium ore special resource. We are aware of one other race having cities on the surface. These are rival Ratlings. They've got one there and one there, and they don't like us very much. So the other rulers are Beller Deathfinder. He is sorcerer's humans, and it looks like he's already done death transformation because he's got a very grim looking visage there, or visage. We've got some chosen vermin, which is, they're also ratlings, but they're ruled over by, they're mystics, I think. Yeah, and they're ruled over by a mole person. Another mole person who is ruling over goblins, high society of goblins. More ratlings, and they are actually ruling over ratlings. They're, well, at first I thought, oh, fellow ratlings, we can be friends with them, but they're kind of sinister spy as their personalities. They're very dodgy, and we can't trust them. Indrin Elevated, he is orcs. he's ruling over, and they're also high society. And then one of the ones that hates us the most, Wilden Flamecaller, he's ruling over some toads who are also mystics. And yeah, the ones with the red down arrow, they don't like us. They really don't like us. They're minus 390. They actually started off kind of friendly, but they've gotten unhappy over time. If I click on them, I believe we can see why. There's grievances, basically, and my threat level. If I have a look at my threat level, I'm actually 6 out of 7 with military ranking. So I don't know why they feel threatened, because they're second, but hey-ho. Because I'm on hard difficulty, I should have said that as well. And if we compare with Winden, he's actually the worst off. And he really doesn't like us either. For various reasons. Doesn't like our affinity, doesn't like we've got grudges, doesn't like that we're threatening him. So we've hit the city cap. You can expand the city cap by spending Imperium. But it's quite expensive. The first one's 200, the next one's 500, then I think it's 800. It goes up pretty rapidly. So we can potentially get another city, and then after that it'll be tricky. I have got an outpost planned over here, which is partly to get like a staging area, because Winden is over in this bit, and we're probably going to end up at war with him, and partly because I'd like to eventually get this Lost Queen's Crypt added to my civilization. And because it's kind of near my other cities. So, these guys were the ones that we're going to do. We're going to just do a wee outpost in these swamps. So I'm just moving here, and it only costs 25 gold to do an outpost. It'll take a turn or two to build. And then we'll maybe clear out these marauder guards. We can handle them. And then this is my ruler, Roland. He has just finished a fairly tough fight, so he's heading back into our friendly terrain to heal. Although, I don't know if we'll be able to heal there, because the volcanic heat, this is a desolate terrain, and our volcanic heat stops you healing. I mean, maybe it's just counting as rocky rather than volcanic. Kind of looks a little volcanic to me. I'm not sure, we'll have to find out when we get there. Now, were we going to try and clear this? No, I don't think we were. No. We're not strong enough for that. We're maybe going to go and try and fight a dragon, maybe? We could just about manage that, I suspect. Apparently one of their leaders died and is now back in their home. Steel Spat, right, so these folk kinda, they don't like us, they don't dislike us. I will take open borders with you, sure, if it keeps you happy with us. He's got that's one of the problems. He's got a defensive pact with Wilden, so we're probably not gonna, we're probably not gonna declare war ourselves, and hopefully they either break the defensive pact or we get a defensive pact before that happens. What is Valenford? Which one's that? Is that the city up here? Yeah. So we are currently trying to get these guys as vassals. Apparently they're trying to do it too, but they're miles away. We're going to get it just fine. 2 turns to a pact to loyalty, and yeah, we're way ahead. And the folks I don't like are denouncing these guys who they're slightly towards disliking us, but only slightly. And he is denouncing Belor Deathfinder. My other game that I'm doing on my Twitch stream, everybody hates each other, and it seems to quite rapidly everyone goes from kind of liking each other to hating each other's guts. But as long as they're fighting each other and not me, I am happy. Am I trying to get Gem Keep as well? No, they're already claimed by Perennius. I'm close to get, I was close, so close, I was 1 turn away, and the AI pipped me. Right, am I going to heal here? Yes, good. Because there's volcanic heat, where you can't regenerate here. I'm not convinced. I'm moving out of there. I think that was showing what my regeneration would have been if it wasn't volcanic heat, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't wanna spend a turn and then not heal. So I'm gonna spend a turn here just to heal up before we try and fight them, because my golems are just a little bit broken. I'll keep moving them over. We have learned transmute resources. I should say we're very much in the Materium affinity. So we can convert mana income into gold production and food. Now, I can get the steel skin trait, which will make us even tankier against physical damage and against blight, but it'll make us a bit vulnerable to lightning. I don't think I necessarily want to do that because there's quite a few of these AIs are mystics. I think right now I'm going to take Melt Armor, which will do 20 damage in a 1 hex radius and mess up the enemy's defences so they take more physical damage. So we're just going to get Melt Armor just now. It's only going to take a turn. And there was someone I wanted to check. Oh yeah, do I have scouts still? I can't remember if I have scouts running around. I do. Where are you? No, you're not a scout. But I do. I think I've got them on auto explore. Although we can prospect this province. Let's do that. I got a big sword. Does 25 damage. It's a charge attack. Does extra damage if you move. Cancels defense. Okay, it's not particularly impressive. It's slightly better than the default one. I mean, I'm obviously going to take it anyway. I might go back to manually controlling my scouts. I could also probably use a couple more scouts because, as I say, an awful lot of this map has not been uncovered yet. Oh, furnace. Also a purple guy. Who's the purple guy? The purple guy's the one that just offered us an open borders pact. So there must be a underground... Oh wait, I just saw it. Underground passage there. There must be another one down here somewhere. He's got a city there. Yeah, there must be an underground passage around here somewhere. We've got an outpost. I'm not quite ready to found a city, but I am going to increase the city cap. Wait, did it happen? I don't see the wee line filling out, but it's used the Imperium. Let me just go out and back in again. Oh, because these are repeatable. So it never has the line filled in because you can just keep on doing it, but it's gone up to 500, that's why. Another denouncement. A new rally of the leeches has started. I could get myself some ogres. I could get myself some big fancy snakes. I don't know if I want to. The last time I got ogres, they died very quickly. Oh, Perennius has denounced me. But why? Now it says you'll suffer a relation penalty from all AI rulers that know both you and Perennius, but does that even count among people that don't particularly like Perennius? Oh, looks like maybe they do. You know Perennius. Oh no, yeah. Right, so I should probably denounce you, shouldn't I? Costs 150 mana. I've got loads of mana. I'm denouncing you. So, a denouncement is a verbal warning about a grievance that affects the target ruler in their relations with other AI rulers that you both have met. A ruler may only be denounced once for each unique grievance a ruler has against them. Denouncing a ruler using fabricated grievances will cause them to have a grievance against you. They can be made through pronouncements. He insulted me. So the reason they were able to denounce me then, and the reason we've got grievances, is because I have built the first of the magic victory things, and that just gives everyone a grievance against you. I think we've all kind of done that, to be honest. They've got one as well, the Seed of Shadow. They've got a Seed of Order. They've got a Seed of Shadow. They've got a Seed of Order. And they've got a Seed of Astral. So yeah, we're all on our way to doing the magic victory. Beller also denounced me, but we're not quite hostile with him yet. I think we should denounce these guys too, though, because they're on the way to war. You've got an affinity province improvement. What the hell, man? So I think the only way to sort of do diplomacy in this game is don't build towards the magic victory, because it just makes everyone hate you. Okay. Got a really good mana income. I recognise my transgression, Grand Architect Roland Vandalay. I hope there's no bad blood. Oh. I don't think it's not improved our relations or anything. We could also settle our grievances. So here's the grievances. My grievances against him. Well, apparently I trespass in his domain. That's my scout. That's because my scout's been on auto-explore and just completely ignoring their domain. So we could trade grievances, but I don't want to do that. If I want to war with him, I want the grievances. And he's not currently in a defensive pact with anyone. I would need to build a better military if I do go to war with him, but I maybe will. Oh, an event. Set in stone. You have treated your citizens in Bastion well. Now a sculpture approaches you, bowing reverently. I think this is because we've got high stability. Greetings, Grand Architect Roland Vandalay. The populace of Bastion have hired me, a humble sculptor in the likeness of kings and Gadir, to immortalise your image in marble and flow rock. Tough materials to work with, but I would use nothing less for a Grand Architect of your stature. Please, if you'd be so kind as to strike a pose. The citizens offer a sculpt a statue in your likeness. Which pose best captures your qualities? So we're going to get extra money no matter what for 6 turns. That's very nice. I could do one that I'm searching for answers. I'll get 57, so a 20% increase in knowledge for 6 turns. A big boost of production, 3 turns worth of production just immediately for a defensive stance. A battle roar will get us some draft immediately. And a benevolent gesture will get us some Imperium. You know what? Benevolent. I need Imperium. Because I'm now going to spend Imperium to found a city of Industrious Rodents here. There's also a spawner in there, an infestation I need to deal with. But they're healed up. So yeah, I reckon we can manage this. Fiend or foe. I've seen this a few times now, although not with a Chaos Eater. As your troops engage the group of fiends, it becomes apparent they had been conjuring a portal to withdraw. The Chaos Eater, the apparent leader of the gathering, casts a shrewd eye over your army. Seeing there is scant hope for survival, it beckons its own troops to sit on the ground and submit before following suit itself. It watches you with wary hope, while you allow them to summon their portal and leave these lands. So we can do the evil option and kill them all, but I'm kind of leaning towards good. I don't think I'm proper good, but neutral good. Be gone and don't return, they just disappear and we get a little bit of good alignment, or bind the Chaos Eater to us, in which case they switch his sides and joins us and I'll lose 180 mana. I'm going to bind the Chaos Eater. I'd like to... It doesn't quite fit our theme, but a unit I've not used before. It's a tier 4 unit, a battle mage. It fires fire-based chaos bolts that inflict misfortune and have a 30% chance of using a random status effect, but that's, I think I've got a upgrade that does that, maybe? Or maybe that's just it. I think that's actually racial. Never mind, I'm thinking of something else. Consume Chaos, targets all adjacent enemies, removes any negative status effects, deals 12 damage for each status effect removed, and heals this unit. Chaotic Rebuke, attackers within 2 hexes have a chance of getting a random status effect, and its attacks do misfortune. It's got quite a lot of health, mediocre defences. Still, pretty nice addition to our army potentially. I think I might lose one of my Arbalists for that. Oh no, that's my Glade Runner. Yeah, I think I'm going to lose one of my Arbalists. I mean, I'm not going to lose it. It's going to run around next to us. It's a little additional thing. And we'll be able to recruit a new hero as well once that city's built. So I'm going to go and see what kind of spawners over here. Meanwhile, we're going to fight a dragon. It's going to be a tough fight. We do have the advantage. If I'd done my steel skin racial transformation, we'd be able to resist the poison breath that the dragon has. I've also got a bone wyvern, some basic skeletons, and a bone golem. Right, so this is our... this is actually one of our weaker armies. We've just got a bunch of tier 1 anvil guard here. I'm going to station these guys around them because they've got an aura that gives us extra resistance. And then my poor little arbalist on his own. How far can you move? Right, I'm going to park them behind a rock. I don't think it'll make much difference, but maybe? Oh, we're in range from way back here. I've given them an enhancement that increases their range. Secret arrows, +1 range. Also, we've got artisan armaments, plus 30% crit chance. And everyone's got magic wards. That won't really help us here, but it would against... well, it'll help against the mystics. So I can do my big shot from back here. Overdrawn crossbow. We only grazed. I think we'll maybe cast a spell. We've got this melt armor spell now. Let's melt these guys' armor. Oh, and they're undead, so they're vulnerable to fire. Right, I'm moving them in. Oh, and I gave them an upgrade as well, aspect to the root, because we've got a little bit of nature magic going on, so they can heal themselves. I don't need to just now, obviously, but... so I'll put yous in the middle. I'm just going to bolster them. Oh no, I should have done that. I should have them defend. I am very silly. I'll put a mark on that. And they're basically going to sacrifice themselves to tie up that wyvern who will otherwise run into our back ranks, most likely. But we're going to get breathed on. I made a mistake there. Yeah, our retaliation did as much damage as their regular attacks. It's not too bad. We resisted most of the poisons. The Bone Collector's a slight problem because he knocks me out of my defensive stance. Right, I'm gonna... I want to boost up their strength. No, I'm not actually going to do that. Just going to shoot yous. Right. Hopefully we hit with enough to kill that. Good. Because now these guys can go and taunt the Bone Dragon, because otherwise that was going to fly back and hit my archers. I'm going to have them heal themselves and enter shield wall. And we're going to move back here so we can start sniping the Bone Dragon in its butt. We're fair kicking its ass. And there's no point in them defending because, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to taunt. Even though it's defending, I don't want them coming and hitting them in the flank. And I'm going to do the Mark of Invulnerability on the guys that are taunting the dragon. So they're invulnerable for a turn. That dragon won't get to do anything. Sucks to be you, dragon. Easy. Easy peasy. Right. Strengthen them. Get rid of their defensive buffs, turn them into offensive buffs. Start smashing the bone golem. Because the bone golem, my normal tactic with these guys, because we're industrial, we get 2 retaliations instead of 1, and we've got very high physical defense. So normally I would just, like, we've got 9 without even going into defense mode. So normally I just have them run up to the enemy and then shield up and count on our extra retaliation damage from a racial trait to beat them up. But this is a shock unit, so it knocks you out of defensive stance, and it doesn't work. But this fight's gone pretty well. We had a slightly stronger army, but not so much that it was a foregone conclusion. Wait. Oh! I forgot, when you kill a bone golem, it comes back as a basic skeleton. Well, they can't knock me out of defense stance, so I'm just going to shield up for them. Oh, can he quite get... Well, I've got a 5% chance. I'll probably end up shooting more people. Nah, we just missed. The skeleton did 1 damage to me. There we go. Easy. We got a Horn of Plenty, which speeds up your healing on the world map. Yeah, you can get that. Oh, and I leveled up. So currently, he's been going into... What all have I done with him? Yeah, extra archery damage, sundering strikes, and a sprint. So we could get adaptive armor, where when it takes non-physical damage it gets resistance and status protection. We could get bolstering, where when it takes damage it gets defense, or resistance, depending on what type of damage it was. We could just get more accuracy and range, or more damage. I think more accuracy and range is what he needs. And he's getting a signature skill on top of that. So we can get Visions of Woe. All enemy units in a 1 hex radius will fumble their attacks for 1 turn. We can get Reckless Rage. He gets extra melee damage. That doesn't suit him at all because he is not melee. We could summon a random tier 3 elemental, which is pretty nice. A heal over time. Well, an small instant heal and then heal over time regeneration in a reasonably big radius. A blessing that I think gives us morale, yep, and a bunch of defense in an area. Or do a little bit of damage and raise any corpses into zombies. What is Rings of Binding? Don't know what that is. I think summoning an elemental would be nice. Free units that we don't care if they die because they're going to disappear at the end of combat anyway. Always a nice thing. Right, so they need to heal up a bit, but they're healing over time extra now that I've got that horn, so... Oh, this stack's nasty. 2 phoenixes. We're not hitting them with this army. We'd need 2 armies for that, I think. Right, our scout is able to go and prospect this. So industrial scouts can prospect anything that's got mountains, stalactites, or I can't remember, cliffs. Although there has to be a certain amount. I'm not sure exactly how it decides, because I've seen some bits with little mountains, but it was only like 2 tiles of mountains and the rest was someone else, and it didn't let me prospect them. We got some production. And this scout is just having a wee explore, as they tend to do. Oh, I've got an ogre that survived. Right, I don't know where they want to go next, to be honest. This is the thing, this is why I'm sort of thinking we want to go to war with them before they make friends with anyone and build up an army to fight them, because I don't have an awful lot of neutral stuff left to clear. So I need things for my armies to do. I guess they could go over to help clear those phoenixes, but right now they need a turn of healing for that ogre. We've learned to melt armor, as we saw in that battle. So our options are static shield. It's a buff during combat, and it means anyone hitting that unit will have a 60% chance of being stunned for 2 turns. The buff lasts that long, not the stun. Adaptive armor, once per turn, when they take non-physical damage, they get bolstered resistance and status effect, and that's an enchantment for our melee units, basically. And then leaf skin makes us one with the forest. We get forest walk and forest camouflage. I don't really care about that. We'll get the adaptive armor. We've got a grand mill here, and we can claim a new province as well. So generally, if we're going to war, I wouldn't mind getting the artisan fortifications, like before we're actually at war, get that unlocked. We're doing iffy for stability, so a tavern at some point. If we do another farm, we can get a few of the money and production things. Right, I'm going to claim a farm somewhere. Oh, there's not enough like good farming opportunities for them. I suppose this is a decent farming opportunity. We'll grab this. And that will boost and reduce the cost and time to make these. So yeah, get me a tavern, because my stability's a little low. And then after that, we might get the artisan fortifications. We now have a pact of loyalty with Valenford. And it's going to be 9 turns till a pact of vassalage. I could spend some in Imperium. It cost me 104 to get halfway there. I don't think I'm going to do that because we're well in the lead. We could trade with them. Oh no, I can't. I already have an active trade. I think I'm trading for the Arcanium ore. I think I did that to complete a quest. I was insulted by Belor Deathfinder. Think befriending Valenford will help secure your path to victory? It'll be my empire rises above all. Okay. I was insulted by him as well, because I befriended Valenford. And he just denounced Univa the Brilliant. Everyone hates each other. I wonder if I could prospect, if there's enough mountains there to prospect that. Oh, they've now, did they already have that? I could have sworn they already had that, but if they didn't, they do now. Right, they're going to set off to help fight these phoenixes. And yeah, they're just going to kind of chill while we wait and heal up in the process. And we've got a new unit that we researched at the end, towards the end of last video, I believe, the Transmuter. So the Transmuter is a battle mage, 100 hit points, good resistance, moderate defense, and they have shift bolts. Shift bolts do 12 damage repeating, physical, and they inflict sundered defense, reducing the defense of the target, making them take more physical damage, and simultaneously bolster the defense, giving +1 defense to a random ally within 12 units. They can also just stun a target within 6 hexes. In fact, they can stun multiple targets as a 1 hex radius. So they're pretty nice. I kind of want every army to have a transmuter in it. So I think I'm just going to train another one straight away. They're expensive, but they're very good. And I'll send him to join up one of these armies. And a re-scout over here. Just continuing to clear Fog of War. And they are off in search of what is the cause of this infestation domain. Because it's quite close to our fledgling city. I'm just going to have them... Oh! If I want to get back to the surface, I have to go through their territory. Well, they already dislike me for it. I'm just going to do it, because I want to... get exploring down here. We built a tavern here, so I want to keep some money because we're going to get a new hero offer. In fact, yeah, I'll do that first. So our options are Ingmar Silverback. They are level 7 and their base attacks randomly do burning, bleed or poison. We've got Bane Silverback. He's a level 7 demolitionist. He summons a Devastator Sphere once per battle. And that's a kind of rolling bomb. It's a unit, so it can be destroyed, and its only thing it can do is move or blow up and hurt everyone nearby. But I think they're mainly meant for knocking down city walls. Or Jakoff Bronzehelm. He's a dwarf. He's a hero of the meek, so his tier 1 units get extra hit points and defences. Or Ragnar Bronzehelm. He's also a dwarf, and he's a recruiter. His city will get extra draft income. Or we can get one of the blue-blooded Fae from Valenford. He's a spell warden, and while he's the army leader, all units get +2 status resistance. Myrna Cletus, also from Valenford, is also a spell warden. And then just from our own city, we've got a Hero of the Meek, again, only level 4, but they cost less. And Karen the Shining is also a builder. I think I'd like to get one of these spell wardens. And I think, although they're set up as, like, we can inspect them and see their gear, she's got a Staff of Decay, which is a single cold and blight attack that does bleeding and decaying. But we can respec them, and maybe we have someone running around with a claymore, because I don't have any sort of shock troop types. His staff is a Staff of Radiance, has a chance of blinding. See, I think maybe one of these two. But no, right now, I don't have the money for them. We produce a transmuter, and our newbie place, we're going to do a farm, and then we're going to get a workshop going, because that gets production kicked off. Although a forester for a farmstead kind of does 2 things at once, but I can't currently do forests here, because there are no forests nearby. I actually have a spell that can create forests, but now we'll just do the farm. And then they will build a workshop. Now we're getting 240 a turn. I did want to do this, but since I'm saving up for a hero and that's quite expensive, instead I'm just going to do a market. It'll give me, after 2 turns, extra gold income, which will help counter the fact that I just spent gold in it. We can get another province here. So a quarry would get us the blacksmith. In fact, a quarry would get us a boost for a few things, I think. Could also build a mint, which gives us 20 gold income. And we've got all these special things as well. Do I have conduits here? I've got 2 conduits here. So we've got this sacred meadow that counts as a farm, gives you 10 food, 5 stability per adjacent conduit. So we'd get 10 stability if we put it there or there. The Rune Carver's Camp is based on, gives you mana based on adjacent quarries. The Golem Mine counts as a mine, and this counts as a quarry. Yeah, it counts as a quarry. Also gives you production for adjacent quarries, and the Builders gives you production for adjacent quarries. So we want to get a, yeah, there's like a quarry bit here that we could do for them later on. Aye, I'm gonna get the quarrying started. So we'll start with a quarry here. But I think they'll get the Sacred Meadow built. And that's quite expensive. I want to do something cheap just now. Maybe we just get Archer battlements set up. They're cheap. That's just been founded. It's telling me I can cast things. So this costs 100 mana. And it converts mana income. So does that mean I lose the mana income from that city? Or do I just get some of the mana income as someone else? I've got quite a lot of mana, but I don't want to lose it. Still, it would be cool. We could test it on Dawnbane. It doesn't have any mana income, so that wouldn't work. Okay, they've got 72 mana income. See, I don't want to lose 72 mana per turn. They've got 40, so we could try it with them. Just go for... I'm scared to try it, because... Oh, you've denounced me. Why did you denounce me? I'll just go got a seed. They think I should do a friendship thing with the guy that hates me. I don't think that's possible. They've denounced Fidia Beastmaster. Is that you? Nope. Which one's Fidia Beastmaster? Oh, her. He doesn't like Weldon. And he doesn't like Perennius. Yep, it's all kicking off. How much mana does my capital produces so much mana? 100 odd. It's just... I mean, I guess I can try it just for science because I've never done this before. We're going to try it just to see exactly how it works. But if we lose all our mana income, I don't know if that's worth it because mana's pretty useful. Okay, so we've got 40 mana a turn. When we cast Transmute Resources in here, yeah, we lose the mana and instead, is it multipliers? Yeah, we're getting 30 gold, 30 production, and 30 food. So we lose our 40 mana and we get 30 and everything else. Right, I'll do that for this city just now. We can get rid of it, but I don't think it's a long-term thing, at least not until we have a lot more mana. I guess it's if you've got a surplus of mana and a lack of money, it's worth doing. And we did kind of have more mana than we had money, so... Oh, I found the source of the disturbance, and it is a great bird nest with 900, no, 1,000 strength. I'll need to... Oh no, wait, no, they could maybe do it. It'll be tough, but we could maybe do it. Most of this is physical damage. Well, there's some blight. Okay, it's a mixed damage. It's a mix of blight and physical. Quite a lot of lightning there, which is bad. Because our golems are quite vulnerable to lightning damage. We can probably manage. It just might cost us. It'll be at what cost? Right, we're all just about healed up, just about ready to fight them as well. What are you guarding? 2 swamp trolls. You're guarding a tranquility pool. Right, and a scout is going to head down this way. And I can afford... Now, the downside to getting one of them is they don't get our racial transformations. So maybe I don't want an elf. Maybe I want to keep my racial. I think I'm actually going to get this guy. I kind of like the idea of the Devastator Sphere. I don't know how good it actually is, but I kind of like the idea. So sure, we're recruiting you. But I'm gonna respec him for the front line. I really need more items though. I guess you can get a ring of wind barrier, makes him harder to hit with range attacks. And you get 1 free respec for skills, so I don't actually know what he's got. What's he got? He's got defense, defensive training, okay, so far so good. His units in his army get XP every turn no matter what. Some resistance. He's got a basic heal. Everyone in his army gets 10% damage, and he has true sight. Right, I don't really care about true sight. I'm going to reset, but most of that's kind of decent, to be honest. So, give him bolstering, so when he gets hit, his defenses go up. He's only doing 1 hit, so I'm not sure I'll do Sundering Strikes, but give him some extra defense. Give him Sentinel, so he's got first strike and extra damage and retaliation attacks. And yeah, some resistance would be good. I agree with that. Does he get my... No. Give me some extra damage, I think. Oh no, I'd like to get Defensive Master, so get Defense. Because Defensive Master means even if he attacks, no matter what he does, he always ends in defense mode. And then the Adaptive Armor for non-physical damage. Okay. Mostly going for the tanky option, but he hits for 28 damage, that's not too bad. And he's going to need an army. So once we've got more money, I might do the Rallius Lieges to get some units quickly. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the ogres. They're kind of fragile. Compared with our units, they're very fragile. Snakes might be, just for a bit of variety. Might be fun, but I'm not sure. We'll wait and see. No governor set for Dunbane? Well, that's why we just got a new hero. Another ruler was denounced. Yes, all of you hate each other. Well, you all hate me though. Everybody has negative relations with me. It goes downhill so fast. And we have discovered the Great Bird Nest. Feathers, bones and baubles litter the nesting grounds of these gigantic kings and queens of the sky. The sound of hungrily consumed flesh and bone, interspersed with loud chirping and monstrous squawks, carries over the nests of these avian behemoths. Oftentimes their presence is so potent that lesser beings will join their flock, raiding the surrounding area for gifts, food, and other form of tribute. The question is, are the 2 stacks there guarding, or is one of them an army that's about to move out? Because if one's an army that's about to move out, it makes it easier to conquer it. But if they're both guarding, it makes it more difficult. Obviously, they're both guarding. Alright. Ooh. What are you? A Balor? It's a big flying demon dude. 200 hit points. He's got fire attacks, do burning, and makes him stronger every time he hits. And Sunder the Earth is a line attack, 3 hexes wide, messes up defences, and does 44 damage. And a Chaos Brand. Target unit takes damage, becomes berserk till the end of battle. Oh, I don't want to fight him. I'd like him on my side. I don't want to fight him. Right. It's time. It's a safe battle, so I could auto-resolve, but I have never fought these before, so we're manualing it. Hopefully I don't screw up. I have been known to make silly mistakes that get people killed when I shouldn't have. So probably our priority isn't so much the phoenixes, although they are bad. We've got a charge attack for about 35 damage, and they can do 22 damage in a big radius. But the real problem is Thunderbird, because it's going to mess up my golem something rotten. Oh, and I forgot, this guy has the golem assistant trait, which gives me this crappy little golem for free. Oh, when did I get a magma spirit? Did my baby magmas level up? Did I have baby magmas? I think I did. So we've got a tier 3 battle mage magma. It does 11 damage repeating fire. It can do a 1 hex radius fireball. It does damage, a light damage around it and then teleports somewhere. It ignites flammable objects it moves on. And if anyone hits it, they take fire damage. Okay. And you've got decent resistances. So you can kind of sort of tank for us. I don't have anyone with a... Oh no, they'll... Right, my leader gives resistance to people nearby. That's good. So I'm going to stick my leader next to them. And if he guards, they're warded and they get more respectable damage reduction. They've still got their -4 lightning issue, but that's probably enough melee units to try and get through there. We're probably going to get nuked gathered together, but we also get extra defenses gathered together, so you know. And our little baby tanks. Oh, and my Devastator Sphere. Obviously I'm summoning it. Oh no, I can't do it right now. Right, next turn we're summoning it. I was going to say obviously I'm summoning it right away, but didn't notice it's a 3 action point ability. So I can't move if I do it. Okay. I think I should melt their armor. Obviously barely hurts the phoenixes, but messes up their armor so that our punches will hurt them. Oh, that's painful. And yeah, firebolts against a phoenix, not the best way to go. So crossbow though. What's this? Master Rejuve. Oh yeah, give everyone regen. I'll hold off on that. Maybe get the Thunderbird burn in? Yeah, there we go. Right, moving you up there. Moving you up there. Yeah, I guess you go here. They're just going to shield. In fact, they're going to taunt those birds, and they're going to taunt the gremlins. And then my ogre will just punch the birds. Our glade runners move up a little bit. I'm going to mark the Thunderbirds. What's my chance to hit? 100%. brilliant. Get them down. Yeah, let's just try and kill them before they can do anything I don't really have. I was going to do the Devastator Sphere, but I really want to shoot them. Nah, well, nah, I'm going to do that. Oh, this is Summon Elemental. It's not the Devastator Sphere. Someone else. Yeah, Summon an Elemental. We've got a big beefy stone spirit. Gremlin's hurt. So he's going to get to do his big lightning thing. Oh, I forgot. Flight. They can just fly straight to my back ranks. I think that's the enemies I hate the most. Ones that can fly or teleport or jump because they cause me so many problems. Especially since archers and ranged units generally don't have any melee attacks. Right, we really need to do some healing here. So I think our mass rejuvenation all he is. Try and shoot them down. My golems can heal. Yeah, my golem's just going to kill them. And yeah, I think a bolstering chant to heal up these guys. Because they're going to go and taunt the Phoenix. Which kind of sounds like a euphemism. I have my assistant golems. Wait, they knock... Oh no, I was going to say they knock people back. No, these things teleport the first time you hit them. You got displacement. Right, and now... Oh, the birds are in combat with them, so... Let's kill those birds so that my archers can shoot without moving. You've got a taunt spare. Take the opportunity attack. Get them taunted. You punch, right? Yeah, just go up and punch them. If you just heal up and defend, since they're taunting the thingies. I'm just going to shoot. I'm just going to shoot. If I run round the back, can I get... Yeah, there we go. Problem is, it's a Phoenix. It'll come back. Oh, I forgot they were there. I think they missed a turn last turn. That was our disposable golems, I think. Yeah, so that doesn't really matter that they died. I'm okay with that. So if we can kill these guys and kill everyone else before next turn, they don't get their res. I think that is probably doable. I'm just going to strengthen them. So they hit harder. And no res for you because we killed everyone. There we go. That hurt quite a bit, but we didn't lose anyone. Didn't really come close to losing anyone, other than that one golem assistant. And all that just for a little bit of food. But also potentially we can get those haste berries that they were guarding later on. There's quite a lot of stuff here that we could get. If I turn on the province display. Yeah, that's all. Once we've upgraded a bit, that's all within reach. Alright. Alright, we maybe go and try and clear them out next. We might have to do a wee pit stop in town to heal up, but other than that, we have learned adaptive armor. I can get tier 3 tomes. Was I already on tier 3? I was, because I got the transmutations. So, what do I want for my next tier 3? What's thematic for our choices? How come it's not showing me tier 2s though? Not that I'm necessarily wanting tier 2, but I thought you could go back and select earlier tiers. So there's the Tome of Devastation, which would get us War Breeds, a monstrous shock unit, Flame Burst weapons. These give extra crit chance, which would give us a 50% extra crit chance stacked with the armaments. And whenever you kill another unit, they explode, doing 20 fire damage to enemy units nearby. It's a siege project, we get 6 Warhound units at the start of battle. Give magic attacks, so battle mages and support units, Demolisher to destroy fortified obstacles, and a chance of cancelling defense modes. And construct Devastator spheres, also siege project that gives you 2 Devastator spheres at the start of battle. So that kind of fits with our whole industrial engineering approach. Terramancy, not so much, although it is Materium, it's just like do an earthquake and it's a sort of physical based fireball. Crushing Earth. Targets an enemy area tier 3 or lower, has a 6% chance of just insta-killing them, and if it doesn't, it stuns them and does 40 damage. I mean, that's a very nice offensive spell. Earth Shatter, add Rocky feature, destroy mountains, enemy armies all take 10 damage in the province. A Stone Spirit, we had one of them as a temporary summon there, just a reasonably solid tier 3 fighter. And Tremor Ritual is a siege project. At start of combat, towers, battlements, and additional wall obstacles are destroyed. We could also go for more nature. This is a sort of decay, it's a bit of healing, a bit of, well, decay stuff. Vigor is animal based, we're not really doing animals. Could also go the Tome of Subjugation. It's all about demoralising the enemy. That doesn't really fit. Tome of Sanctuaries, also healing stuff. Yeah, a lot of heals and resistances and defensive things. Turn everyone undead, that definitely doesn't fit me. Cold Dart doesn't fit me. Summoning doesn't really fit. Teleportation, maybe. Just for the utility of it. Mass recall. And the Astral Trade gets us a whole bunch of gold. Give support units the ability to teleport. So maybe teleportation just for the utility of it. Pandemonium doesn't really fit us. It's all status effects and status effects basically. So I think it's between the Tome of Devastation for siege stuff and the Tome of Teleportation for general income and utility. I think I'm going to take the Tome of Teleportation. Get us some more astral going on. Yeah, let's do that. And we'll handwave it as Magitech. Phase Beasts don't really fit what we're doing, but I have faced them against the AI and they are a pain in the ass. They regularly teleport into my back ranks and then one-shot my archers. But now, get mass recall. That's very useful. Okay, but we've hit just past the hour mark, so I'm going to have to end this video and bid you farewell. So that's been episode 7. Hopefully I'll see you again for episode 8. But thank you very much for watching either way, and goodbye for now.